Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's new release video. I am so excited for today because I was able to complete 2 new products for you guys. I originally thought I was just gonna have 1, but I was feeling very creative and inspired this weekend and I just could not be more excited. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing I'm going to share with you guys is the budget widgets for volume 2. So last week I released volume 1 and I mentioned in that video that I had just thought of so many widget overlays for budgeting that I just needed to come out with a second release because there was a lot. So I'm going to share those with you, and then we have a totally brand new product coming to the shop, which is our planner portfolio, and I am really excited about that. So first, I'm going to share with you the widget overlays for budgeting. So let me go ahead and turn my pen tool off and I will zoom in and show these to you guys. So just a little FYI, the widget overlays come in a GoodNotes file like this where everything is alphabetized. This is just a simple GoodNotes file. It's a hyperlinked PDF, and so when you want to go to the shape that you want, you just tap on these little buttons here, and as I mentioned, everything's organized alphabetically, so very easy to find. You also do receive a individual PNG file, so that's for those who do not use GoodNotes, and everything's organized in there same way alphabetically and by shape. And then you also do get a blank one of the shells is what I call them. So if you want to store your widget overlays in the split screen format, you are able to do so. So that's everything you receive. There are over 50 widget overlays in total if you combine all the shapes together. So quite a lot, but let's go ahead and take a closer look. So first we have account balance. This is something that a lot of people have requested. So you have a spot to put which account it is, the date, description, if you took something out or put something in, and then the balance. So you can kind of keep a running total of your balance that way for specific accounts. Another option is to have a date where you just track all your account balances. So say you track it on the 1st of every month, you can put in, there's 4 different spots for 4 different accounts with a line to put the balance. Of course, you could always crop this out if you only need a couple, or you could copy and paste it and combine things if you need more spots, but that is a second option for tracking account balances. And then we have a car care tracker. So you have a spot where you can put in the vehicle and then a date, description, and amount. So if you want to track your car maintenance throughout the year, that's a really great option there. Then we have a cash breakdown. So we personally take out cash envelopes. I am personally going to find this to be so helpful. So you have a spot where you can put in the category, if that's groceries, household products, eating out, entertainment, whatever it may be, the amount, and then you have the denominations down here. So you can put how many singles you need, how many 5s, 10s, 20s, 50s, 100s, and there's a little line to put the amount underneath it, and then a total spot down here. So cash breakdown. And then we have cash envelopes. So you have a spot where you can put in what the category is. So you could put in, with either the text tool or with your handwriting, however you want to do it, you could put groceries. And you could have this like every week, and your starting balance is 400. Let's say I spent $205 and now I have $195 left. So you can fill it in that way. Now you do get, and I failed to mention, you get black script and white script as per usual with all of our widget overlays. It's like that. So these white ones are perfect for layering on top of dark colors. All of our sticker books include widget shapes. So shapes that are vertical, horizontal, and the rounded square. And you just layer these right on top of that. I do have a whole video that's dedicated to sharing how that all works, so definitely check that out on the tutorials playlist if you want to get a better idea of how that works. But you get one with 3 envelopes, and then you also get one with 8 envelopes, and again you can crop stuff out if you say you even just need 7 of them. Okay, so I'm going to hit crop. I'm going to actually go to freehand and you can go in and you can just grab 7 of them like that, and now you just have 7 cash envelopes versus 8. So lots of ways to customize it and make it work for you. Then we have a credit score tracker. So you have your start credit score and then the goal, whatever you're aiming towards. And then each month for January through December, you are able to put in what your credit score is and then write any notes down here as well. And you can use this for and I know there's like tons of various like credit score companies. I don't know, Experian, or there's all sorts of them. I don't even know. But you can kind of keep one for each report if you want to do it that way too. Then we have a donation tracker, so a spot to put the date, the description, the value of the items. And then on the second page here we have fixed expenses, so due date, expense, the amount, and then a medical expense tracker. Let me zoom in a little bit more for you guys. A medical expense tracker where you can put the person, the date, the description, and the amount. Net worth tracker, so a spot to put the date, all your assets, your liabilities, and then assets minus liabilities equals net worth, so you have that formula down there at the bottom. Then we have a no spend tracker, so you can put in the month and then you can either check in or use your highlighter tool to mark days that you did not spend anything, and then put any notes down here as well. So maybe your goal is to have like 10 no spend days a month, and as I mentioned, you can use your highlighter tool and you can whoop, that's a little too big. Let's go ahead and pick the smaller one. But you can color in the days that you did not spend any money, or you can take your check mark. You can do a little check mark as well if you want, or you could do an X if you want. So however you want to track it, but this way you're able to track an entire month's worth of no spend. So, and then we have that in a Sunday start as well. Then over here we have a savings jar, so you're able to put what you're saving for, what your goal is. You can write in the amount, so say you're saving, we want to get new carpet one day, let's say that's $5,000, so I'm saving $5,000 for carpet, and 5,000, and then you could put in here 5,000, and then maybe down here it's like 500, and then 1,000, 2,000, 2,500, 3,500, however you want to break it up. My handwriting looks great, doesn't it? My goodness. But then you can take your highlighter tool and just kind of highlight in. This is not going to look very pretty, but highlight in, where you're at for that and everything. So that is how the savings jar works. Very cute, very fun way to track your savings. Then we have sinking funds. These are the exact same as the cash envelopes, but for sinking funds. So if you have 3 of them, 8 of them, you can duplicate this however you want to do it, but you have a whole bunch of those. And then on the last page, we have a spending log. I'm super excited about this. If you want to just track your spending throughout the month, throughout the week, the day, if you want to do that, you can put the date, the expense, if it was a need or a want, and then the amount. So you can use your highlighter tool again to track if it was a need. I would make that obviously a little bit smaller here. Let's even do this, but you can zoom in and you can color in, let you know it was a need. I'm trying to not sneeze. Okay, the sneeze happened. It happened. So anyways. Okay, so spending log, and then a subscription tracker, so you can track what your subscription is, if it's Amazon Prime, or I use this app called Fitbod to design my workouts, or whatever it is. If it's due on an annual basis, all that kind of stuff, just put in what the due date is, the amount, and everything like that. And then of course we have variable expenses too, which you can pair with the fixed expenses. So I mentioned this in the last video for the budget overlays, the widget overlays, but what I love about this is that you could very easily just take a bunch of widgets and create a spread on like a blank page of exactly what you need for your budget. We all have such different needs, and you know, I do my best to make as universal products as possible, but obviously products are not going to work for every single person, especially with finances, because we all just have different goals, different things we're working on, different financial situations. So it's just all, you know, that. So what I love about these is that you can really mix and match them and create a spread that works for you. And then you could save that as an element if you wanted to do it that way, so that you have like just the perfect budget spread for you. Some people do fixed expenses, variable expenses. Other people do just, you know, cash envelopes, or some people don't do sinking funds. It's just, it all is different, you know? So, all right. And then we get into this next page here, which is just your horizontal option. And you get all the same ones, just in a horizontal format. So usually with the horizontal, I'm able to fit a little bit extra too, which is nice. But just all the same ones, just in a horizontal format. And then you get the rounded square, and this is just going to be kind of condensed versions of the ones that we went through. So account balances, car care tracker, cash breakdowns, cash envelopes, a credit score tracker, which is just the goal last month, and then the current net worth as of, donation tracker. So as you can see, just all the same ones. There is a monthly no spend, and then there's also a weekly no spend too there. And then the savings jar, one single envelope, which I think is so fun. And then, because you could put this on like a different widget shape, like the rounded square widget shape, and like make a collage of them if you wanted. There's just so many ways you could be really creative with it. This is great for like, you know, a week or a day if you want to do that. And then subscription tracker, variable expenses. So those are the widget overlays volume 2 that are available as of today. And now let's get into the very brand new product. I am going to share with you how to use this and kind of go through some different options and things like that. So this may be a little bit longer of a video, so there's going to be some tutorial elements to that too. I usually like to do that. I like to combine the new releases with also just showing you how it all works. I just think that's helpful. So, all right, so this is the one I gave a sneak peek of. This is a planner portfolio. I have been wanting to come up with a way to store your planner add-ons, your 1-month planners, your planner pieces, all that kind of stuff. If you don't want to put it in the hub system with all the templates, say you're just a person who only uses 1-month planners, or you only use the planner pieces system. Of course, you can keep them organized in your file system in your GoodNotes if you want to. But then once the year is over, what do you do with it? Where do you put it? You know, so you can use this 2 different ways. You can import directly in here and use this almost as a hub, where you're just kind of putting your stuff right away and then working out of this solely. Or you can export what you've already made as PDFs, and then you import it into this. So it's almost like a binder that you're filing things into, which is very similar to the hub system. But I realize that not everyone wants to use the hub system with like all the templates, because you only use the 1-month planners, or you only use the add-ons. You don't use the templates. Totally understand that. So I wanted to come up with a very cute, functional way. This was a labor of love. It looks kind of simple, but trust me, I experimented so much with this. I tested it out so much. I just couldn't get it exactly how I wanted it. And then voila, over the weekend, it just kind of all came together for me, excuse me. And getting excited over here, and I just like absolutely love how this turned out, and I'm so excited myself to use it. So yeah, so as I mentioned, it's an organizing tool to organize and store your planner add-ons, your 1-month planners, and your planner pieces. I looked up the definition. Where's my phone? I looked up the definition of portfolio because I was trying to figure out a name for this one too. I was like, planner binder? I didn't really like the sound of that. You all know, if you're not new here, you know that I love alliteration. So, a portfolio is a large, thin, flat case for loose sheets of paper, such as drawings or maps. So we're not doing like maps necessarily, obviously, but it's just a way to store all of your paper, you know? So that's what this is basically. It just gives you a spot to put everything. So let's get into how this works, how it's hyperlinked, how to navigate it, and then just go over how to use it in action, all the different options and everything. So as far as how it is hyperlinked, as you can imagine, it is very, very hyperlinked. I am very big on hyperlinks and making things very easy to navigate. So with the landscape version, you're gonna get 15 main sections, and each main section has 3 subsections. With the portrait version, which you get landscape and portrait in one purchase, you are going to get 12 main sections, and then each main section has 3 subsections. Try to say that 10 times fast. So you get a little bit more with the landscape, obviously, because there's more space. So you get 15 spots there. Each of these subsections are hyperlinked. So all you have to do is tap on it and it's gonna take you to that divider, if you will. So you would be inserting things behind this section, and you'll know it's section 1 because it'll go like white in the middle and have more of that outline look, and then the other ones will be solid. And then also down here, you're gonna have a bar that's gonna have links to each main section. So you'll know you're on section 1 because this will be, it'll have like a colored border around it. So you have 1 through 15 down here. And I got a lot of inspiration, by the way, for this product from just the iPad look. So you have this little bar down here, and then you have all the little apps and stuff. So that's kind of where I got a lot of my inspiration for the look of this product, just a little FYI. But yeah, so you would insert whatever behind here. If you want to go to section 2, go here. If you want to go to a totally different section, you would tap down here, and that'll take you to section 14. So once you're kind of getting a feel for it and you know, like, okay, I know like section 14 is for reading, you know, whatever it may be, then you would just pop over there. And then of course on every divider page, you're going, or every like subsection page, you're just gonna tap at the top here, and it's gonna take you back to that home screen. So it goes 1 through 5, 6 through 10, and 11 through 15 from left to right. So that's kind of how they're numbered. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I tap on 6, section 2, you'll notice I'm on section 2 of the main section 6 here. So that's sort of how the hyperlinking works. Same thing with the portrait. Tap on the top, it's going to take you back to this main page, and then you'll be good to go. So very, very simple to navigate and everything like that. And as I mentioned, these are all just dividers here with different patterns. Like, look how pretty that is, the stripes. Oh, pretty petals is so beautiful. I did create another theme for you guys, and I'll come out with more in the future. So you guys will have a couple options, but I feel like this is just so perfect for spring. I love the colors and everything. And every main section, you're gonna notice it uses the same background. So all 3 subsections have the stripes. And then for section 10, all 3 of these have this, and it kind of rotates. So, but one recommendation I have for using this product and making it very easy to navigate is to definitely use the outline feature in GoodNotes, because once you have stuff in here, if you're accessing it, you're swiping over and stuff like that, if you export as a PDF with our add-ons and our 1-month planners, you are going to lose the hyperlinks. There is a way to get around that. You can export it as a GoodNotes file and import it that way if you want, and then that will maintain the hyperlinks. Or you can just initially import here before you use the add-on, before you use the 1-month planner, and work out of this portfolio instead of having like a separate file for it in GoodNotes, if that makes sense. So, and I'll show you what I mean and everything when we go over all this in action. But I would definitely recommend doing that. You could go, like, I have a little mock setup here. So what I could do is I can go to my outline feature, and I may have already started doing this actually. I think I did. So if I go to my outline feature, oh, nope, I didn't. Okay, so let's go ahead and start doing that. So I can tap on these 3 little circles. This big truck keeps driving by. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know what this thing is. What are you doing? Anyways, okay, I think we're good. So you're gonna tap on these 3 little circles right here and hit add page to outline. And then I can label this as just home. And I'll show you why this is important once we actually add stuff to this. So now I'm gonna go to my planning pages and I'm gonna add this to my outline. And you can just kind of do this as you go, by the way, if you want. So I can put Jan dash planning pages, add. And then also the other thing that's helpful is to just take all of your text here and immediately copy and paste it into each divider for that section. I feel like that's helpful too. Okay, so let's say now I go to section 2 and I add page to outline and put Jan finances, add. And then I'm going to go to reading and I'm going to add page to outline and put Jan reading, add. Now you're going to notice when I go to my little thumbnails here where there's the 4 squares, I have my outline, and that makes it to where I can jump to that page no matter where I'm at in this portfolio. So it's like creating a hyperlink and you just access it through the outline, because as I mentioned, once you import like a PDF into this, it's gonna lose its hyperlinks when you, yeah. Anyways, I'll show you that in action because I feel like I'm not explaining it well. So that's how the hyperlinking works. That's a little tip, is just, you know, label everything right away. You can kind of label as you go too, so don't feel like you have to figure out all your sections right away and label everything right away, because I can almost guarantee you it's going to change. So I would take it 1 month at a time, honestly. And one thing too is you can put on here, I could put like 20, whoops, sorry. You could put like 2024 here, and you could put 2024 monthly pages, weekly pages, and finances. And you could put like a whole year's worth of stuff under one section if you wanted to. You could split it up by month. You could split it up by quarter. You could have just a reading section where you have your bookshelves, your reviews, and I don't know, your like borrowed books if you want to track your borrowed books, or your reading goals. You could put, yeah, reading goals, bookshelves, and your review pages, and have all your reading stuff under one thing. Or you could have like hobbies and put reading and gardening. Gardening is a add-on I want to add eventually. You could put like faith, and you could put your, you know, Bible study here, your sermon notes, you know, whatever else it may be. So many ways, you guys, to like categorize this. And where I was really getting stuck was I originally was gonna just have one main section with no subsections and have like a whole bunch of them. And then I was like, well, what if someone wants to have like, you know, subsections under it? Like, what would be the best way to organize that? And then I was like, maybe I'll just have like 4 big sections with 12 subsections. So, and I may still do that. Maybe I'll create like an extra large version of this for someone who might want to do it like more so that way. Like you could have like your monthlies and then put like January, February. But then I was thinking about it and I'm like, okay, but then you're just using one divider for one page, like if you're using the Planner Pieces system. You know what I mean? So anyways, going off on a tangent a little bit, but that's what ultimately led me to land on the 3 subsections with the 15 sections for the landscape, 12 sections for the portrait. So if you're using the Planner Pieces system, this is gonna be pretty simple to do. So let's say I'm working on this week. This week just ended. I just posted my After the Pen actually for it. So super simple. Let's say that this is actually March. I'll probably come in and redo this once I'm figuring out what I'm gonna do here. But I can go into March here, and I wanna put my planning page there. All I would have to do is hit the 3 little circles and hit copy page, and it is copying, as you can see, copied. And then I would come over here to my planning pages for March, and I would simply just hit the plus page here and hit after the divider and hit paste page. And it's gonna paste that whole page behind this divider. And now this is where the outline comes in handy. Let's say I'm kind of flipping through my weeks and they're all back to back and stuff, and I just wanna get back into my portfolio. That's where you'd want to use the outline. So I'll tap on these 4 squares, and then I can go to home, and now I'm back at home. So simple. With GoodNotes now too, you can add links. So that's another option, is you could add text, like create an element that says back to home, and then have that go back to home. For example, let me just show you how that works while we're at it. So I'm gonna be on my planning page here, and then let's hit the text tool and hit back to home. I would spend more time making this cute if I were doing it like for real. And then I'm going to add a link, and I'm gonna link to this document, and I'm gonna hit the page, and I'm gonna hit page 1. Okay, so now that's linked, and you know it's linked because it's got the little dashes underneath it there. I could hide that with like a cute sticker if I wanted to do that too. There's a lot of different ways to make links. I will eventually make a tutorial for that, but I could put this on my page somewhere where it makes sense. I don't know, I'll just keep it right there for now. And when I tap on it, it's gonna take me back home. See how cool that is? So now I can go back home that way. And as I mentioned, you can save this as an element. So I could go in here and I could go add element, new collection, and I could do link to home page, create. And now when I'm on a page, let's say I'm not in my portfolio, I'm on a different page here, I can go to my elements here, and I can go to the back to home here and put this on here, and now this will take me back to home too. So you can create links using the text tool, and there are ways, as I mentioned, where you can like layer a sticker on top of it to give it like a cuter look and stuff like that. So there's lots of ways to use them. You can use different fonts, all that sort of stuff, but it's really, really simple to do. I love that GoodNotes added that feature. So that was the planner pieces. Pretty simple to do, right? Like I could even go back out to my planner, have this open, go to March, and let's say I want to put my monthly calendar in there as well. I would just go to these 3 little dots, hit copy page, go to my planner portfolio, and then I'll go to my planning pages, swipe over, and then I would want to put this, I'd actually want to put this before my week probably, so I would just hit a plus and then after, and then paste the page. And now you've got your planning pages back to back here. But again, that's where it's so helpful to have the outline feature or create a link for yourself using the text tool and your elements. Where did that just go? Oh, there it is. I didn't see where it plopped down. But you could have this go like up here, and then I can hit back to home like that. So I could put all my month, my weeks, everything behind one divider. I can get back to home also by going here. But once you have the outline all set up, I feel like that's really helpful too for jumping to different months and different sections and like your reading section and all that kind of stuff while you're inside like all of your paperwork and stuff. I feel like the outline is just incredibly, incredibly helpful. So highly recommend using that for that. So, okay, so that is how the planner pieces work. It's a very simple copy, paste, copy, paste. Obviously you also, like I mentioned earlier, you can just go in and say I want to go to my dashboard library and I want to put, I'll go in here, I want to work out of, let's see, oh, and you can mix and match. You can put portrait pages in a landscape portfolio and vice versa too. So that's really cool, and I'll just show you guys that. So let's say I want to put a daily in. I am going to go here, I'm going to hit copy page, and then I'll go to my portfolio, and then I'll go to my planning pages, And let's put this after my weekly here. So I'm gonna hit plus and then hit paste page. And now you can see I have landscape and portrait in one document. Like, how fun is that? How cool is that? I love it. And you could just import the dashboard, the piece, the planner piece in here and just work out of your portfolio if you want. I currently have everything organized and I have my whole setup video and everything if you want to check it out, but I have a 2024 main folder here, and inside I've just been creating folders and putting my planner pieces in the folders. So I have all my weeks here, the stickers I'm using, my monthly calendar, all that kind of stuff. But you can skip that whole step if you want to and just directly import everything, copy and paste from your planner pieces library right into your planner portfolio. So hopefully I'm explaining that well. I feel like sometimes I get so excited and I don't explain things well enough. But anyways, that's planner pieces, how to use them, how to get them into your planner portfolio, some tips for, you know, navigation, using the outline feature, using the linking tool that GoodNotes offers, and I'm sure that there are other PDF reading apps out there that offer that as well. But what about add-ons? What about 1 month planners? How does that work? So let me show you a couple different ways. Now, if I were using a 1 month planner, what I would probably recommend, and what I think would just be easiest, is just to directly import into your planner portfolio. That's what I think. And I'll show you this other theme here in just a minute too. But that's probably what I would do. So let's say, okay, I'm gonna use my outline feature, go back to home here. So let's say I am planning for April. And I know I just wanna kind of keep all of this. So I'm going to paste that here. And I'm gonna use my text tool and we'll just put in April. And that's where I can put, that's kind of, there we go. Okay, so what I can do, I already have my to done monthly planner, which is the hyperlinked 1 month undated planner. I have that saved on my desktop. So what I would do is I would go to my planning pages here and I would hit the little plus sign and go to import. And I'm gonna go to my desktop right here. And then I'm going to go down here and I have my 1 month planner right here. So I'm gonna hit that and hit open. And now it's gonna import that whole planner behind the divider. I will show you another option if you want to work on this outside of the planner portfolio and then import it afterwards. Almost there. There we go. So as you can see, now it's imported this whole planner behind this divider. The hyperlinks all work for this. So if I tap on my hyperlinks here, it's gonna take me where I wanna go and everything. So that's one way to do it. And you would know, okay, to get back to my planner portfolio, I'd hit on the dashboard here, swipe twice because you have the cover, or you can delete the cover if you want, and then you'd be back in your planner portfolio. Very similar to how the hub system has worked for years now. I think I introduced that in like 2022. So if you are not new here, you kind of know the drill by now. But and then all of the pages actually for the 1 month planner, I totally spaced on this, are all hyperlinked to go to that cover too. So you just boom, go back. So that's that. And then let's say I don't want to do that. I want to have a little section here for April. So I'm gonna import that same file. This time I'll do it in portrait, because why not? And this would work the same for add-ons, okay? So it's gonna download that. Normally it actually does not take this long. I think my iPad's just kind of slow or something, I don't know. I feel like it's taking longer than usual. But this one was a larger file too, because of the images used and stuff. So that may be why as well. Okay, still that took less than a minute probably, right? Okay, so now I have this just in my 2024 planner, okay? And so this will be my April planner. Let's say I've like planned out April, everything's in here, my stickers are in here, like I'm all done with this, right? So what you can do now is you can go to your little export, not that button, this button, go to your export and you can export all. Now you're gonna have a couple options here. You're gonna wanna either do the PDF or the GoodNotes. The GoodNotes is going to maintain your hyperlinks. So if you want to maintain your hyperlinks, you'll want to use the GoodNotes export option. If you go with the PDF, it will flatten everything and the hyperlinks will not work. So let's go ahead and just export this as a PDF. We'll say I am done with it. I'm ready to export it that way. It's 109 megabytes. I'm gonna save to files, save it to my desktop. I'll keep both, I guess. And then, actually I didn't need to keep both, but anyways. And then let me show you the GoodNotes option too. So export all, GoodNotes, export. It's 107 megabytes. So not much of a difference there, but I'm gonna save this to my files here and I'll show you the difference. So as I mentioned, this would be the same process for add-ons as well. So if you're using a reading add-on, there's gonna be faith add-ons in the future, there's budget add-ons, all that kind of stuff. You can export as a PDF. That's also gonna make it to where you can't change anything. So everything will be in there, it'll be flattened, good to go. And then the GoodNotes, you would still be able to change things around. And as you saw, the size difference is not that big. So when you put lots of stickers in here though, let me tell you, it will increase the size. So just brace yourself for that. But yeah, so you can use this method for any add-on, any 1 month planner. Just know the difference with the hyperlinking mainly. So, okay, I've exported both as a PDF and as a GoodNotes file. So now I'm gonna go to my portfolio here and let's make section 2 of subsection 2 of section 2 the spot where I'm going to put this. So now I'm going to go to my plus symbol here and hit import desktop, and I'm going to go down here. Here is my GoodNotes file, so I can put that in first. I'll show you guys this first. So that's my GoodNotes. It says .goodnotes at the end, and there it is. So now I've put that whole thing in here, and you will notice that the hyperlinks all still work on this. So all the hyperlinks work, I can navigate around it. If I go to subsection 3 and I do the PDF, which is going to be this copy 2 is the one that we did. So I'm going to hit that, hit open. It's going to import all the pages, and then I would have to flip. Your links are not going to work. See, they're not working. Now, what you can do, so not everyone uses every single page. Like, I don't use every single page in the 1 month planners when I use them or when I've used them. So I could go here and I could go to thumbnails, and I could also just delete whatever I don't use. Could say like, okay, I don't use any of the budget pages here, and I don't use the dividers for this. So then you could go to trash, and then that way when you're kind of flipping through it, you're not flipping, my camera timed out on me, sorry. But that way when you're flipping through, you're not flipping through as much stuff. So that's the different ways of doing it. But like I said, you can also just immediately like import it behind your little subsection and work out of your portfolio if you want to do it that way. I'm definitely going to import like a fresh copy of this guy because it's a little crazy, but just wanted to kind of show you guys this, how it works in action though. I feel like that's really, really helpful to do. If you want something behind a different section, so I goofed, right? I definitely put like one copy right after the other, it looks like. So what I can do is, oh no, I didn't. My divider's right there. But let's pretend I want to combine it now. What you can do is just press and hold and then move this and put that there. So you don't have to move like the whole document around. You can just press and hold your dividers and you can reorganize them that way if you want to do that. So let's say I do want to combine everything in behind one deal. You can do that too. So there's a lot of options. So there's a lot of flexibility and everything like that. I'm very, very excited to see how you guys decide to use this, how it's going to work best for you. Like I said, you can have one main section for each month. You could have a whole year under one section. You could have all your reading under one section. You could do it by quarter. However you want to do it. You could even put like planning pages as one of your headers and put all your months and your weeks and your days. You know, you can do all of that as well. There's just so many options. So this is the Pretty Petals option for your theme. Again, it comes with landscape and with portrait, all hyperlinked, good to go, ready to go for you. But then we also have a second theme, and I will be coming out with more. So if there's any specific themes that you would love to see, definitely let me know. I can also see this being a great way to track like your memories and stuff. I want to come out with a memory keeping add-on and memory keeping planner pieces. That's near the top of my list. And so I can definitely see that being a thing too, where you could put like your vacation, have like a main section for each vacation, or have a section for like school pictures, or just whatever it may be. If you want to keep track of your kids and like take pictures of them as they're growing and have like a whole section just dedicated to that child or your pet or whatever, I can see the planner portfolio being a really great way to track all of that as well. So there's lots and lots of ways you can use this. Okay, the second theme, let me show you, is Beautiful Boho. And it is beautiful, you guys. So this is more of a muted color if you're not so much into like the bright florals and stuff like that. I thought that would be really fun for the spring, but I know it's not everyone's cup of tea and everything. So, and I don't know if I like really went through all the dividers here. Let me go down just to show you what they all look like. But these are what all the dividers in the Pretty Petals looks like. I think I might have showed them, but just in case, I'll flip through them again for you guys. But that's the dividers for that. And then the Beautiful Boho, this is the home screen. And then here are your dividers. Look how pretty. I want to do like a black and white theme. I think that would be really fun. But this is what all of the dividers look like for Beautiful Boho. More muted earth tones and things like that. And then here is the portrait version of it. Like how stinking cute, right? So you can kind of pick a theme that works best for you. Like I said, I will be coming out with more for sure. So very exciting stuff. But that's all that. So 2 different themes for the planner portfolios. Hopefully my little tutorials helped. If there's anything else you guys want to see, definitely let me know. If there's if you have questions and everything, I know it'll probably take some time to find like your groove, like how you want to use it and stuff like that. Definitely share in our Facebook group. When you come up with a way to use your planner portfolio, share in the group. What are your categories, your subcategories? I think we can get so much inspiration from each other by doing that. So I kind of think the way I'm gonna do it is probably have a section for each month and like create a new one of these for each year. So I'm thinking I'll probably do like, you know, the month and then planning pages and budget and then maybe memory keeping for that or something like that. I don't know, we'll see. You can also have like, say you have memory keeping and you run out, like you need another little spot here, you could have memories part 1 and then you could have memories part 2 and have like specific trips that you go on, vacations you take, birthday parties, school pictures, all the things, right? So many ways you can use this, and I'm really excited about it. And like I said, I really can't wait to see how you guys decide to use it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, seeing all the new goodies, the tutorials and everything like that. You know, I do get very excited about things, and I feel like sometimes I'm filming these things and I'm like, did I explain that well enough? So by all means, if I didn't, please let me know. But I thought it'd be helpful to just show you guys everything in action, the difference between adding your planner pieces to your portfolio versus adding your add-ons or your 1-month planners and all that kind of stuff. And the difference between, you know, just directly importing to this and then working on your pages like in here, or having them elsewhere in GoodNotes and then exporting them and importing them into this as like a storage space, you know? So lots of different ways to use it, like I said. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to catch all of our future videos. I will have a budget video up for you guys on Friday, and then we will have another little live chat digital planning session on Saturday morning. So I'm really excited for that. It's been so fun hanging out with you guys on Saturday morning. So definitely join us for that. So yeah, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed seeing everything, and I will chat with y'all later. Bye.